The time has arrived. Step 2 of the TueZday Garage, the epoxy floor. It is finally time to do the epoxy floor, and I am so jazzed. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. The concrete got poured around the beginning of September. It is now the middle of November. We had to originally wait. It's really echoing here. Let's go outside. We had to originally wait 1 month before a car could get put on it. When that 1 month came, I had to take a business trip. I actually got the privilege to go back to Hawaii. It was nice to be back on the island. Even stopped by the original TueZday Garage. It was cool. The day before I left for that trip, I pulled her out of the stable and opened the door, and the entire inside was covered in white mold. I mean, everything, the suede, the leather, the dash, everything was covered in mold. Man, I don't have time to deal with this. I gotta get packed for my trip. I gotta go. As soon as I came back, I OxyCleaned the heck out of it, really disinfected everything, and she's looking great now. I also had the Green Z in here for a while, just kind of doing an evaluation, seeing if I could get it running, and then I had the Stagey in here as well. When it came time to actually do the epoxy, like when it was the day I was gonna pull the trigger, I was gonna buy the supplies, I started doing a little bit more research on the matter, and I'll tell you what, and I don't wanna get into all the science and all the things, but there is a huge difference between what the professionals use and what you buy at those big box stores. The #1 big difference is that the ones at the big box stores, they are all water-based epoxy, and the professionals use 100% solids epoxy, and there's a huge difference. And most of you will notice that difference if you have used one of those kits and all of a sudden pieces are peeling up. They call it hot tire pickup. It's a thing. I remember when I did my garage in Tennessee way back in the day, all that started happening to me, and it wasn't that I did a fail of prep. That wasn't it at all. It was just the type of epoxy that was used. To do this right, I needed to buy what the professionals used, and the difference between that for a garage this size, $300 versus $1,400. So finally got the means together, got the kit. It all arrived yesterday. Today is prep day. I just finished sweeping everything out. I swept it yesterday as well. Now I'm about to power wash everything. As soon as I'm done power washing anything, then I'll come in with the etching solution. That's gonna take a little while to do its job. Then I'll rinse it again, and then I'll let it dry overnight, and either later tonight or first thing in the morning, I think I'm gonna fill in some of these cracks, because some of this, it's bad. I don't know if he was using a butter knife on some of this, but like big chunks have come up, like that huge chunk right there. Nice surface fill. It'll look better for the epoxy, and it'll allow the crack to still be there and keep doing its thing. There's putty that you can use, epoxy friendly, and it's somewhat flexible. I'm about to get very messy, very wet, and it's gonna be very noisy. As soon as I'm done power washing all this, we'll go back inside. I'll show you the epoxy kit that I got, the color and the flake and everything. The process I'm using is a 3-day process. So day 1 is the prep and cleaning. Day 2 is the epoxy and the flakes, and then day 3 is actually a poly clear coat that goes on top of it. So yeah, it's gonna be great. Yeah, I'll see you in a little bit, or a lot of it. It's gonna take a while. All right, I'm back, and I'm in the garage. It's very echoey, so I'm gonna talk quietly to keep the echo down. It's been an extra day in between the washing part because I came out the next day and the concrete was still very wet. Between some space heaters, I had more in here, between some space heaters and a propane blowtorch, did a lot of drying. It was super wet all back here and along the edges, but now it is the way it needs to look. So I just gave the floor a quick blow job, and I think we're ready to start filling cracks. Look at these cracks, man. Like, look at these chunks that came out, like this one right here. Concrete guy said it was the concrete. Interestingly, this whole side here, where he started cutting, was really bad. That side over there is way more refined. Wonder if he swapped out blades halfway between, but he wanted to say, oh no, it was the concrete. It had a lot of rock, blah, blah, blah. The putty says it needs 8 hours till paint. All of these procedures, the putty, the epoxy, all of that, all of the stuff I'm using is a 2-part system. So there's the epoxy and then there's the hardener, which means that everything is on a time frame, right? It gotta be quick. I don't need this stuff getting hard. Once it goes down, I have to spread it quick. I gotta mix the next batch. I gotta spread that quick. I have enough for 900 square foot. I measured this out. This place is 875 square foot, and that's not subtracting that. So it's less than 875. We're gonna do 300 square feet at a time, and that gives me about 25 minutes per 300 square feet to actually get it spreaded, laid on the floor. Watched a lot of videos. Normally there's a couple guys doing this. Somebody's mixing the next batch while somebody else is smoothing out. I don't have that luxury. I'm gonna try and see if my son is available, but yeah, we gotta work quick, fast and furious. Yeah, I'm gonna get started. So the camera's about to die. I can see it. I'll try to charge it for a little bit and then just kind of bring you in on some progress. So I'm not gonna be able to do some time lapse, but yeah, I'll bring you back just so you see what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Okay, unscheduled break time, but update time. Again, we're gonna talk soft because the echo is crazy. But yeah, I ran out of supplies. I bought 2 kits. And like I showed you, the damage to the floor is just sucking up a lot of this material, but it's looking pretty good. I've got this whole side done and was able to get all the way to that door, and I'm over to there. The hardest part about this is it's like a JB weld. You have 2 parts that you have to mix together in a 2-to-1 ratio. And once you do, you have 3 to 5 minutes until it starts to get a little unworkable and hard. A lot of little batches, working, little batch work, little batch, and so on and so forth. And I'm sore, rolling around, sitting on the floor and bending over and all those other things, but I'm happy with the way it's coming out. I know they carry the same product at Lowe's. I'm gonna take a break. It happens to be lunchtime, grab some lunch. I think I'm gonna grab 2 more kits. I might grab 3. I might just grab 3 because I don't want to make another trip, and I can always take it back or I can use it somewhere else at some other time. Yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along really well. Once this is done, I'll open the doors. I'll tape off where the door line is. I'm starting to kind of second guess epoxying today, but I think we're gonna be fine. The day is still long. It's only noon. Still got plenty of time. So, all right, I'll be back. Oh man, I have been going hard filling these cracks. I'm not gonna lie, it took a lot longer than I thought it would. It's about 3:30 right now. My knees are sore, my back is aching a little bit, wrists are not happy. So I don't think I'm gonna paint today. It's kind of late. I'm gonna let this sit overnight. It is 100% solids epoxy. It is not water-based, so there shouldn't be evaporation. I gotta work tomorrow, and I got things to prep for that. And I haven't done any farm chores today, so I gotta do that. Probably go give the chickens some snacks and let them out. We've been having some predators, man. I don't know if I talked about this some time ago now. We lost 3 chickens. We lost 2 hens and a rooster, which totally sucks. Believe it or not, he ended up getting snatched up the same day we were going to take him for processing. So somebody just beat us to it. We just don't get the delicious meats out of it. But he was aggressive. He needed to go anyway. I think it's aerial predators. We don't let them out very much anymore. And when we do, somebody tries to stay outside just to make sure there's no funny business going on. Because at the end of the day, they're meant to be our livelihood and not trying to lose them. So we're making progress here. I'm a few days behind, which is gonna have a ripple effect on another project car coming to the TueZday Garage, but that's okay. I think he'll understand. We'll talk about that a little bit later. I feel like tomorrow, I think I have an appointment sometime in the midday to meet up with the contractor, you know, to get this job done. So I'll talk to you guys later. All right, the time has come. And there has been another day's worth of delay. So yesterday was the plan, but some things came up. Good news is Mrs. BC is now home from Ohio, and she's gonna be helping me out today. Bigger kit that I got, this is the 600 kit, this is the 300 kit, total 900. And the good news about the 2 kits is that you get twice all the goodies. So there's cut-in brushes, already comes with its own mixing paddle, spiky shoes, paint rollers, you get a squeegee, and then a bag of flakes. So this is all 3 bags of flakes together. That is a lot. Here's the epoxy, the 2 parts, the 2 epoxies, and then that's the hardening. Probably not gonna be a lot of action shots. I might set up a little time lapse. I might try to catch a couple key moments, like, you know, the first pouring and the, you know, the squeegees and all the stuff, and then like throwing the flakes. And I'm glad I have another person here, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm still stressed out. This is a lot. If it takes us 20 minutes to do that, then by the time we do this last section 40 minutes will have already passed. Once it's all down, then you have to roll it all out for consistency. The temperature we're at right now is actually pretty good. It's on the cold side. Then the concrete is even colder, so the epoxy doesn't harden up too fast because it's on that cold concrete. Either way, guys, I'm not trying to make a Marvel Cinematic Universe out of this. By the way, I'm really happy with the cracks. It does slightly divot down, but it's great. It's gonna look amazing. Once all the epoxy's down and once all the flakes are on it, it's gonna look great. It's not gonna be gaping holes like I showed you this one here. Like so much different, right? It just looks like an irregularity rather than a hole in the concrete. Miss BC is finishing up a little bite of lunch. I have to put her set of spiky shoes together, and then it's go time, man. It's go time. I will see you during that process when I see you during that process. Just don't be mad. I'm not gonna sit here and snap my fingers and it's done, but yeah, I can't make a movie out of this either. I'm too stressed out. The nerves. Okay, I said I wasn't gonna get any footage, and I didn't even get any action shots, man. It was kind of fast and furious, but once we developed a method, it started going really smoothly, and honestly, thank gosh Mrs. BC was here. We had a really good method, and it worked out. We just pulled the tape. It looks great, man. The next step is to clear coat after this is completely dry. I think tomorrow it's supposed to be warm, but it's also supposed to rain, which will increase the humidity, which will increase the drying time. Might just let it sit like this for a few days and stay off of it and just let it be 2 or 3 days and then hit it again on the weekend. Guys, check this out. This looks freaking amazing. This looks amazing. Look at this. Oh man, so pretty. Oh gosh, it looks so good, man. And it came out really, really well. Look at this. That looks beautiful. Oh yeah. Now the 2-post lift, right? Cars, workbench, loft, tools, sink over here, welding table somewhere, couch, fridge. It's finally coming together, guys. It's finally coming together. And the cracks, I don't know if you could see the cracks. I'll try and put some post zoom. But they look fine. They just look like just dimple seams. And back there, I've already kind of looked off the step where those big chunks were. Look great. Look totally fine. So this is awesome. This is gonna look amazing. This is gonna look great. And again, I'm glad I just took the time to not just think I knew what to do, and because I'd done it before, but I took the time to like, okay, this is my forever home. Let's research what the professionals actually do. And this is the professional stuff, man. This is the way it's done. So cool beans, I am going to pull the doors down to a crack and let it sit overnight, and supposed to be able to walk on it 24 hours from now. Again, not gonna do that. I'm just gonna let it be. I might poke at it with my finger in the back, but yeah, this is excellent, man. This is excellent. Thank you, Mrs. BC. I love your face. I'm so glad you're home. Okay, next day, and it's time for the protective clear coat. This is gonna be way easier. This is gonna be just painting. You just put it in a pan and you roll it and you just paint it. I gotta talk quiet again because the echo. It's just to provide an extra, like, barrier, extra coat, a barrier on, you know, not only the poly, but the flakes, and it's also UV protected so that over time sunlight won't fade the actual epoxy, because that is a thing. Oh, it's so shiny. It looks so good. Oh, and like here, like this is where that huge divot was. Can't tell. Yeah, that was the big one right there. And at the intersection, like you can't even tell. It looks amazing. Mrs. BC just got home from work, so she's decompressing. I'm gonna get to rolling. She's gonna come out and help me when she's feeling relaxed enough to do so. And we'll check in on it tomorrow. All right, it's been a few more days. Yeah, just been busy getting ready. It's the day before Thanksgiving now, and I'm gonna wait a few more days because I wanna get a couple more segments. One, we're traveling to my brother's house in South Carolina, and I wanna give you an update on his Asuna that he's been working on. Number two, this has been sitting behind my horse stable for the longest time, and you know, he's a new homeowner now with a bigger yard than he had before, so I said, I'm gonna bring this sad thing down to you, and I'm gonna let you rebuild it, and you get a free lawn tractor out of it. Hopefully it works. I have not tried to start the engine. So I want to update you on the garage because the weather, like I said, it was fluctuating quite a bit. Every step of the process has taken me about 2 or 3 times the amount of time it should take, and I just really wanted to, you know, take my time. Was able to put down a clear coat, then a second clear coat on top of that, and it says 3 to 5 days, but again, the weather's been kind of chilly and it's been almost freezing at night, so I'm gonna wait all the way until Sunday before I put anything in here. But guys, check it out. It is legit. Already brought the fridge back in, garage couch. So that's awesome. Another reason why I wanted to drag this out, not just to give you an update on his Asuna, but also on Sunday, we have a new Z joining the TueZday Garage as well, a customer car. And the paint on this car is beautiful. I'm gonna save any more details about that car until it gets here on Sunday. I have to get cleaned up and get changed and all the things and hit the road here in the next half hour, about a 4.5 hour drive to his house. Yeah, I'll see you when I get to Chris's place with the Asuna. Welcome back. It's the day after Thanksgiving, and we're just kind of hanging out, eating some lunch, about to go do some Top Golf as a group, so that should be pretty fun. But as promised, I wanted to give you an update on the Asuna. If you remember the Asuna, we saw it last time when it was in Oregon, and now it's at Chris's new place here in South Carolina. Front end's back together. We got the peekaboo of goodies going on in there. This thing looks so cool with the front end back on and the headlights. I asked Chris to kind of give us an update of where we're at. Last time you saw the piping and the turbo being fit. It's come a long way since then. Want to show us?
Yeah, sure. We talked about engine management system, so we went with the Mega Squirt 2. That's installed in the passenger side floorboard there. All of the plumbing is done in the engine bay. Got a place to mount the battery. All plumbing done, all oil, all water, all vacuum. We got the wiring for the from the engine management system all started and going together. Turbo timer. I mean, we wrapped the turbo, we wrapped the exhaust, the downpipe, the header. Everything is good to go. The where we're at right now is finishing up some of the wiring, because we are going to marry the Mega Squirt with the original ECU, so that the Mega Squirt will run the engine, and the original factory ECU will run all the internal of the car, all the lights and things like that. So just marrying those together, pulling apart the old wiring harness so we can reuse those original plugs and wires.
Yeah,
make it a little easier.
You're doing fully custom wiring harness.
Fully custom harness, yeah.
And it's been a project he's been working on with his father-in-law.
Correct.
So, and this is what he does for a living, right? Basically.
No, but he is just a very smart man, and he's built a lot of cars.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this looks amazing. Last time I was here, we actually pulled the oil pan off, and then he ended up, and that was a hell of a job. That was terrible. Someone like super glued that joker to the block. But we got the pan off, and then he was able to actually put a custom bung in for the turbo drain. Some time ago, I actually gifted him some AEM gauges, I think they were. And he made a custom mount for that as well, right here in his center console. So that looks super dope. Last night we were actually talking about, at some point, me coming out here and working on a sound system for him for a set of dual 10-inch subs. It's getting close, man. It's getting close. So.
You can smell it.
Yeah. All right, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the update. And yeah, I will see you in a couple days on Sunday when we put the RBZ in the brand new finished garage, and our new friend joins us in the garage as well for a future project. Talk to you later. Ciao, ciao. All right, here we are, Sunday, December 1st. Not sure if I'm keeping this or not. Movember's over and whatnot, but yeah, it may hang around. It may not. I don't know. Gotta cut my hair and shave and do all the things tonight, so that's a future BC problem to worry about. Not right now. But I've been Oh, that's bright. But I've been spending the day pimping out my chicken coop, man, doing a lot of work, just trying to like make things a little more maintenance free. First thing I did was buy a bigger tarp for the roof. I do have materials to do roofing, like shingles and stuff like that. I just need to make a ribbing system because of this cage and the way it's set up. Another future BC problem. Made this watering system with these little cups, and as they go and get water, it like puts more water in there. Pretty basic right now. I do want to do a more advanced water system. Really what I'm trying to do is I don't want to come in here. I don't want to come in here to fill the food or fill the water, because sometimes the rooster, like, it just takes one of those hens to make a weird noise, and that rooster, he starts jump kicking you. So like, I don't want to do that. I made these feeders. They're pretty good. They hold a lot of food, and as they pull food out the bottom, it all starts to fall down. They fill up through the top. Eventually I'm going to angle that and go out of the cage so I can fill it from the outside, and then the water system will be a barrel outside that will also collect rain, and then have a tube here with all these little cups so that they can do all the watering things. One of the coolest things I did today, I installed this automatic door. It did have this slidey door, but guys, last night and actually this morning, it was 26 degrees this morning. We can't be having an open draft going in with these guys. I mean, I'm sure it's cold enough. I've had this thing on the shelf for a long time. Finally got the right materials I needed to do, installed it, and it runs on daylight sensor. We actually use their Bluetooth app to program it to the times that we want, just to see how it works out, because sometimes these guys, they like to come out here and do dance party and like not really go to bed when they're supposed to go to bed. And yeah, again, getting more maintenance free, trying to take care of these guys. Obviously, being the fact that they're free range chickens, still got to come out here every morning and every evening and make sure we close this so they don't get eaten up. But at least with that automatic door, did I step in that? Oh, I did. Oh, that is a huge turd. At least with this automatic door, if for some reason we did forget to come out here, that will be shut. There's no way predators can get to them. Extra insurance, and again, it's like helping winterize the place so that they're good to go. My truck is out here. That means my Z is in the garage. I'll tell you what, that garage floor, it really shines when it's dark out. So I'm gonna wait a little while longer till the sun goes down, and then we'll meet up in the TueZday Garage and talk about how we're open for business, baby. We are open for business. So I was about to go inside, and something cool is about to happen. Mrs. BC has really gotten into beekeeping, and with it getting cold, she is winterizing her bees. I don't know all the terms and stuff, but this is cool. Look at this. She's got her little get up. She's looking all awesome. I'm gonna come around here to the side. Let me see if I can sneak a peek at the bees. Maybe they won't get mad. She's all geared up. I'm not agitating them, but I don't want to get stung.
Try not to agitate them too much so they won't bite you.
Yep. Oh wow, look at that. All right, I will zoom in post. Oh, okay. All right. Oh yeah, they're all over her legs. Okay, I'm gonna... And we're walking away. And we're walking away. I think she got stung a couple times. She's a champ. She's used to getting stung. This hive has actually grown a lot in the 6 months, maybe, that we've had it.
Yeah.
So she caught this hive in the wild. The farm she was doing an internship at, the queen just kept moving around. Eventually, it was on a sunflower, and she just had like a box under the sunflower. She cut the sunflower, it fell in, she trapped it, and the hive be thriving. It's growing. Our hive is growing. It's exciting. An impromptu piece. But this is what we're doing, and it's awesome, and I love my life, and it's great. All right, here we are, and it's still really echoey, so I'm gonna talk quiet. But guys, this just looks so great. The RVZ is so dirty. She's so dirty. Like both the cars. They've been outside for quite a while, but man. Oh, it looks so good in here. I'm so excited about what is to come. It's exciting times. It's exciting times, man. And now, like, I have to decide, like, what's next? Like, is it the workbench? I think it's the garage doors. I think I want to do the high lift garage doors next, which is fairly inexpensive. You just have to do a conversion. The torsion tube here, the cable is only so long, and so you have to get a longer cable kit, and I think each one of those are somewhere in the neighborhood of like $200 or $300 for the conversion kit. And then you use part of this rail and you cut it off and you extend the thing up to the thing and da-da-da-da. And then all of this is gone and the things are mounted up there. And yeah, I think that's the next step. This is so good. I'm so jazzed we're in this situation right now. As you can see, I'm sitting in an empty spot because our new friend that was supposed to be here today was not able to make it today. Unfortunately, the owner lost the key. I think they got a new key this weekend, and they have to do all the things with the door cylinder and the code and the locksmith and the proof that you actually own the car, and they have to do all that stuff. So it may be here tomorrow, but either way, it's Sunday. And I want to get this out to you on Tuesday because that's what we're all about, TueZday Garage. So I think our new guest might just be the catalyst to the next episode. And I think that would be the right way to go. But guys, minus tools and stuff, this is starting to look like a proper shop. And I'm so excited, dude. I'm so excited. Parting thoughts. If you're going to do your garage, do your research. Do your research and take your time. Make sure that what you're doing, if you're just going for aesthetics, then go cheap. But over time, it's not gonna last. If you're going for functionality, durability, and long-term aesthetics, then I highly recommend the things that I've shown you in this video. So until next time, ciao a tutti and aloha. Bye-bye.